Ukrainian officials say at least 3 people have died in Russia's latest missile attacks across the country. France's Interior Minister visits the scene of the fire in Lyon that took the lives of 10 people, including 5 children.
The EU has hit back against Twitter's CEO Elon Musk and his decision to suddenly suspend the accounts of prominent tech journalists.
Russia has once again targeted Ukraine in intensive missile attacks across the country, killing at least 3 people. Officials said at least 60 missiles were fired. Explosions were heard in 4 cities, including the capital Kyiv, where a machine gun crew said they had succeeded in shooting down one of the missiles. It's almost impossible to hit a missile with a machine gun, but it was done. It so happened that they reacted well. They know how to shoot. As the siren sounded, thousands of people sought shelter in metro stations and basements. Electricity and water services were interrupted in Kyiv and Kharkiv, the second largest city. Critical infrastructure has been regularly targeted in repeated waves of attacks by Russia.
The decision by Twitter CEO Elon Musk to suddenly ban prominent tech journalists from the social media platform has created a fierce backlash from Brussels. Musk suggested these journalists violated Twitter's policy on doxing or exposing a person's identifiable information. But Vera Jourova, the European Commission's Vice President for Values and Transparency, warned Musk that the company could face penalties as a result. The spokesman of the EU Commission also criticized the tech billionaire's move.
There must be a clear relationship between the platforms and their users so that there is no arbitrariness in the decisions made.
Musk has served as Twitter's CEO since October after buying the company for 44 billion euros. At the time, he said he wanted to buy the platform in order to transform it into a bastion of, quote, radical free speech.
5 children, including a 3-year-old, were among 10 people who died when an overnight fire ripped through a 7-storey apartment block in a suburb of the French city of Lyon in the early hours of Friday morning. Phone footage shows firefighters dealing with the blaze that erupted in the district of Vaux-en-Velin in the northeast of the city. Officials said a further 19 people were injured. The fire is one of the deadliest such tragedies in a residential building in recent years. France's Minister of the Interior visited the scene along with the Minister for Housing and the district mayor. I would like to, along with the Minister who's with me, to thank very warmly the firefighters who intervened within 12 minutes at 3 o'clock in the morning and were able to save 15 people by taking considerable risks for their own lives by climbing the building from the outside, since it was not possible to enter from the inside, and saving the lives of babies and children all the way up to the 7th floor. Without the speed of the firefighters and without their heroism, there would have been an even more dramatic outcome. The cause of the fire hasn't yet been established, but the Interior Minister said there would be an investigation. 170 firefighters were able to eventually bring the blaze under control and finally to put it out, with just 2 of them lightly injured. The Interior Minister said the fire happened on one of the coldest nights of the year and the rescue operation took place under what he called difficult conditions. The area remained cordoned off on Friday morning. Serbian footballer Sinisa Mihajlovic, who spent much of his career playing and coaching in Italy, has died aged 53. In 2019, he announced he was suffering from leukemia. His treatment was at first successful, but earlier this year he was diagnosed with the illness again. Mihajlovic helped Red Star Belgrade win the European Cup in 1991 and went on to manage Italian clubs AC Milan and Bologna.
Thousands of North Koreans marked the 11th anniversary of Kim Jong-il's death on Friday in Pyongyang. Citizens brought flowers and publicly mourned in front of a giant statue of the former leader and his father, founder of the dynasty, Kim Il-sung. The late president was the father of the current ruler, Kim Jong-un. Most of the attendees wore masks as a protective measure against COVID-19.